Hello guys, I've received this email today from Deliveroo and I'm just posting this video to share with all the Deliveroo drivers community to see if you've also received a similar email. And when I woke up today, I logged onto the app and then a message popped up saying to check my email. So this is the email I got. It's saying failure to deliver order, breach of supplier agreement. They're basically saying that several customers have reported me saying that I've marked items as delivered, but the customer never received it. And then Deliveroo has now taken it upon themselves, assuming that that's true. They're taking the customer's side and they're saying that I have breached my supplier agreement. They're saying that under the terms, when you accept an order, you have to either unassign yourself or you agree to deliver it. Yeah, we all know that. You don't need to patronize us. They're saying also that any additional orders that are marked as delivered and customers report they did not receive them will be investigated by our team, and if we find they're not delivered, we will terminate your account, basically. Right? So they're threatening me now to terminate my account if it happens again. But the point is, it hasn't happened. It's all a mix-up. It's a joke. I think this email has been sent out automatically by an AI system. I don't think a human wrote this. I think what happens is, if customers are saying that they're not receiving their orders, then it gets flagged up on the system, and then if you reach a certain number or level, the system will then send this email out. This is what I believe is happening. It's all controlled by artificial intelligence, algorithms and all that. I don't think a human typed it and sent it. In addition to that, the other reason I don't believe it is because Deliveroo don't have a contact number. You can't phone them and have a chat about it. I've left my number with them. They don't phone me. They just email me, and you can't even email them back. If I email them back or reply to their email, it's a no reply address. It just bounces back. It's a bit of a joke, really. And then you've got to go through this convoluted online form and fill it all in and send it that way. And then you might never hear from them. In a few cases, I've never actually had a reply from Deliveroo. So they go on to say they're leaving instructions on how to find the customer, etc. Basically, we know all the rules and the guidelines, yeah? Just patronizing us. You know, about if the customer's not there, and then you try to call them, text them, let them know you're there, leave the order in a safe place, you know, all that stuff, right? I do all of that. I follow every rule and guideline to the letter. If worse comes to worse, what I do is I'll contact the live chat support. So when you're on a delivery, there's live chat support. You can go and speak to the support team and they can help you. You explain any problems and they will tell you what to do. So that means they're basically responsible. So if you do what they say, then how can you go wrong? How can you be in trouble for doing what support tell you to do? So basically, I've always either followed the guidelines to the letter or I've done what support has instructed me to do. And then they go on to say, you do not need to respond to this email. That's a bit of a joke. So you've sent me a threatening email saying that you're going to terminate me if you hear about any more reports of undelivered items. And then you tell me that I don't need to respond to it. Well, of course I'm going to respond to it. That's just outrageous. Why would I not respond to it? You falsely accused me. And then they go on to say, remember that marking an order delivered when it has not been and keeping the items for yourself or claiming the delivery charge is fraudulent and a breach of your supplier agreement. Excuse me? So that they're now accusing me of fraud. Because at the top of the email, they believe they've said that I have not delivered certain orders. And at the bottom, they're saying that if I do that, then that's fraud. Well, I haven't done that, so you can't go saying things like that when you've no evidence. And anyway, if that was true, if all of this was even true, why not just deduct the delivery fee? I don't care about the delivery fee. You can have your delivery fee back. I don't care. Take it back. I would rather you took it back than accuse me of fraud. So the funny thing is, they're quite happy to give me the delivery fee, but then they go and accuse me of fraud. So what I was thinking, I've sent them a wee email explaining the position. I've asked them to call me, still waiting to hear from them. And it's very distressing, actually. I think I know what's happened. There has been a couple of deliveries recently where one of them, I went to a block of flats. The customer hadn't put the flat number. All I had was the block name, like Empire Tower or whatever, but no number. So I had to call the customer. They didn't answer. I followed all the instructions on the app, still didn't answer. Contacted support. Support tried to call them. They didn't answer. Support then told me, leave the order in a safe place and we will mark it delivered and go to your next delivery. I told support there's nowhere safe to leave it. It's a block of flats. The doors are locked. It's raining outside. The food will get ruined anyway, and or a person walking along could maybe steal it. So I basically said there's nowhere safe to leave it. They said in that case we will mark it delivered. Please dispose of the food responsibly and move on to your next delivery. So I'd done all of that. That was one incident. Another incident where I picked up alcohol, went to the customer's house. They didn't have their ID ready. They then asked me, why are you asking me for ID? I'm clearly over age. I'm over 40 years old. They said that they had ID, but it's in a drawer somewhere or whatever, and they're not going to go and get it. So they were refusing to get it. I said, look, it's Deliveroo policy. If I don't see your ID, I'll have to return the items. Now, actually, Deliveroo's policy means that you don't actually return the items to the shop. So my initial reaction was to return the items to the shop. And this is what I told the customer. I said, well, I'm going to have to take the order back. Okay, I can't give you the order if you don't show me ID. Customer was very cheeky, very rude. I asked them, have you got a driving license? They says, no, I don't drive. So they went and they got their license eventually. They found it. They came out, they showed it to me. It matched the date of birth they gave me earlier. I was trying to put it into the app, and then the customer got abusive, rude, nasty, was saying horrible things to me. I told them to calm down and stop talking to me in a nasty way. Eventually, things blew up. I didn't even get a chance to complete the order properly. So then what happened was I contacted support and I told support, look, this customer's being abusive and rude, and they were refusing to show me their ID. They said they didn't even have ID. They then brought ID out, but then they were abusive and nasty and horrible, telling me I shouldn't even be asking them for ID and all these kind of things. And I told support, look, I don't want to deliver this order anymore. Please take it back. I'm going to return it to the shop. This customer is nasty and abusive and I don't want to deliver to them. Please ban them or whatever. So I told Deliveroo everything that happened, the way the customer behaved, from start to finish, everything. Then Deliveroo support said, okay, please wait a minute. They came back to me and they says, okay, we will mark the item delivered and please dispose of the alcohol. So that answered my question. That meant that I wasn't, or I didn't have to return the items to the shop. There are other delivery apps where that is the rule. The rule is you have to bring it back to the shop. But Deliveroo is different. Deliveroo, you just bin it, you just dispose of it. Anyway, I said to the support, okay, thank you for your time. I was actually trying to write a message to them, but they ended the chat immediately and they marked the order delivered. So that was it, end of story. So those were a couple of recent incidents. I had another incident where my vehicle broke down, or I got a punctured tyre or something, and I wasn't able to deliver it. So they decided to cancel the order. Well, what they did was they didn't completely cancel it. Well, they basically unassigned me from it, or then they marked it delivered. So they told me they were still going to mark it delivered and move on to your next delivery. And then they said to me, I hope you get your vehicle fixed soon. I said, thank you. So that was the 3 recent incidents I had. Okay, so one was out of my control. Sometimes punctures happen, there's nothing you can do. And then, so it took me around 30 minutes to get back up and running again. The other one was a block of flats. I didn't have a safe place to leave the order. They marked it delivered, support marked it delivered. The other one, the customer was abusive, refusing to show me ID, saying they didn't have ID. Eventually they showed some ID, but they were still abusive and rude, so I refused it on the grounds of principle. I said, I'm not going to be spoken to like that, and I'm taking it back. So then, in all of these incidents, Deliveroo support agreed to mark the order delivered. So they marked it delivered, not me. They marked it delivered and they paid me. Now, instead of sending me a threatening email, why not go back and look at all the cases and realise that I wasn't in the wrong, and if it means that much to you, take your delivery fee back, right? I don't want to be getting accused falsely of something that I didn't do. Take your delivery fee back. So then at the very bottom of this email, they're saying that marking an order delivered when it hasn't been is fraudulent. Oh, well, thanks very much. So you're calling me a fraudster now. Great. So look, I'm not going to just sit here and take that. So I'm going to see what happens. Let's see how this plays out. But it doesn't look good. It's not a nice system at all. It's basically giving customers free license to claim that food wasn't delivered, and if you reach a certain number, then you risk being terminated, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of support or team. Normally somebody would phone you or talk to you like a human, but there doesn't seem to be any of that. So yes, I'm not happy at all. And also, we are classed as self-employed, so taking legal recourse can be tricky and expensive, and yeah, it's an uphill battle. It's hard, but yeah, I'm gonna stay strong. I've not done anything wrong. If they want to terminate me, that's fine, but I'm just showing this email to you guys to see if anyone else has had an email like this, and yeah, so it's sad. I mean, I think that customer who I delivered the alcohol to, and then I had to basically sort of discard it, I think basically they reported me. I think they've reported me and said they never received their alcohol, or they've said something about me or something, and then Deliveroo's just taken that to mean that I didn't deliver it. But if they go and check all the logs and the support chats, they'll realise what happened. So I've never actually marked a delivery as delivered in a fraudulent way. I've never done that intentionally if I haven't actually delivered it or went to the address. As I say, if the customer hasn't received it in their hand, it's because they haven't opened the door, or I couldn't get into the building, or they fell asleep, or whatever. And then I'll just leave it at the door and take a photograph if it's safe to do so. If it's not safe to do so, I'll let support know, and support will tell me what to do. And in all those cases, they told me to just discard the food or discard it, and they've marked it delivered. So yeah, anytime that's happened, it's support who's marked it delivered, not me. So I've not committed fraud. They've basically defrauded themselves, if you think about it, if you want to look at it that way. So I'll fight this. I mean, I could take legal recourse if I want, if it comes to that. Let's see. They haven't actually terminated me yet. They're just threatening to. I'm hoping this is just an artificial intelligence system that sent this out. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But it just shows you. Sometimes delivering the alcohol and things is not worth it, because all you get is abuse and trouble from customers. The last 10 alcohol deliveries I've done, I would say 9 of them have been a headache. I think only one of them went smoothly, where the customer had their ID and was very nice, very humble, and showed it to me, and that was it. But the rest were an absolute nightmare. So yeah, I mean, we do have a choice whether we want to do them or not. But actually, it's very, very quiet just now. So I'm basically taking whatever I can get. It's hard to refuse them because there's not much else going, and there is quite a lot of them. So that's the dilemma. But yeah, we don't have to put up with abuse and rude customers. They should have their ID ready. I've been on to Deliveroo about this many times, but they don't seem to care. They don't reply to my emails. I've provided them my number. I've told them to call me. They never call me. So yeah, guys, good luck out there. Deliveroo is not very good. I'd give the overall, the company, I'd give them maybe 2 out of 10 as a place to work. And yeah, this is a new low for them, sending me an email like that without a shred of evidence that I've actually done anything wrong. So guys, please leave a comment. If anyone else has had a similar email, I want to hear from you, and I want to know what you did and how it went. Did you get terminated, or they just threatened to terminate you? Did you get terminated? Did you take any legal action, etc.? What happened? So I'd love to hear all your stories. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.